Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is the scene for Sept of the Howling Wind, the Werewolf of the Apocalypse you set in San Diego. So, Caroline, she is aware that her father came back to the house. So, go, Caroline, find Papa.
Caroline bolts into the house and screams, "Papa!" and holds on to him.
He looks down around his waist, like, well, hi, okay, hi, oh, hi, hey, bonjour, how are you? I'll hug her.
Veronica's watching with her arms crossed.
Veronica was there waiting?
That was with you. Hi.
Caroline is... There's worry plastered on her face.
What's wrong? Cup her cheeks. Just the fucking cheeks. What's wrong?
I was worried that something might have happened.
No, I just decided to say upset while the moot was going on.
I know that the moot was going on, but it was when Patrick was sent off. I thought something might have happened.
No. I just... Well, I told Dev that I was going to move off Sept. Permanently. And I was going to... Nikki and I were talking about finding accommodations off Sept if Patrick were going to be here. We didn't even really make that ultimatum. We just don't feel safe. Well, we didn't feel safe. We're still kind of coming around, but I was willing to just shrug his shoulders, find something else instead of threatening the Sept by removing one of... What kind of chew his lip?
Papa.
Oh, he was really scaring us.
I know.
I would have points where I felt like I literally couldn't breathe. And then after what happened with that kinfolk, when word got back to me that he basically just will shrug. It was too much. It was the straw that broke the camel's back, and Nikki and I were talking about it, and he's already run Isabella off the Sept. And she's not coming back. And I just shake his head. I just thought it would be better if I just left.
Their tears are forming in her eyes.
Well, but look, I'm still here. I'm still here. Your mate is still here. We're still here.
Jesse gave me an idea.
Jesse gives many people many ideas. What idea did Jesse give you?
That maybe I could be a kinfolk liaison?
They have this?
I don't want to feel like you have to leave. I don't ever want to lose my papa again.
He'll chew his lip. I mean, Carol, I don't really know how to say this, but folk is that we're kind of at the whim of our Garu progenitors. We don't really have a voice here.
Then I'll be your voice. Papa.
There's more than me.
She holds on to him. She says, I'll be all of your voice. You matter. You mean the world to me.
He'll soften. I don't think that there is any official position or... I'll think. There's not something like I don't know your positions. All I know is, say, alpha and the beta on like the thin parents and the warder. But there's nothing like that for maintaining kinfolk relations.
I know. But even if there isn't a name for it, I'm still doing it. And maybe there will be a name for it soon. I don't want you to feel scared. I don't want you to feel disheartened. You're my family.
He'll cup her cheeks. I'll kiss her forehead. Je t'aime.
Papa. Tears are streaming down her face.
Oh. I wouldn't have gone very far.
That's not the point. It's the fact that you would be scared to be run off in the first place. It's not right.
I'll chew his lip. Help you? Or things that you can figure out?
I'll take all the help I can get. If anything, I need your help the most because I want your voice to be heard.
I don't know the other kinfolk of this sept very well. I keep to myself mostly. But
Her head, and she'll say, "Then I'll get to know them."
there's Nick. You've met Nick, right? That's Jesse's husband.
Out of character. Okay.
The one that looks like
Oh, yes, that's right. Yes, there's Nick.
There's Nick. There's there's one named Annika.
There's
his sister.
Coley is here now.
Coley. That's true. There's Luca. I think
Out
he's
of character, what were those kinfolks that were
I mean, I have their names.
that she met?
Them. Yeah.
She'll state those names because they're not important right now.
You terrible bastard. And then he'll
I'm sorry.
He'll kind of smile softly and bite his lip. And he'll say, there's Winston. He blushes when he says that. And like kind of she feels this, she is holding him, so she'll feel his heart race.
And she'll hold him really tight.
He's all blushy right now. He's like 50 shades of red.
Papa.
Oui.
Another thing.
Oh.
Jesse made me think of something.
Oui.
I don't know for certain, but am I pregnant?
I don't know. Are you?
She shakes her head. It could be, but Jesse made me think that by saying, "Oh well, you're pregnant." I don't know that for certain, but it's the craze nowadays, and she laughs.
You're so precious. Oh, I'm not ready to be a grandmother. I'm not old enough to be a grandfather, am I? His lip pout out. Ignore them, 52.
She bites her lip and she says,
I'm old enough. I realize that.
"You knew
Oh, I don't know if you're pregnant or not. I just know that I'm not old enough to be a grandfather yet, even though Emil is. Emil's 2 minutes older. He'll hold 2 fingers up. He's old enough to be a grandfather. I'm not. He'll shake his head.
Well, to cast those doubts, could you find out?
I could. Yes. I do have this power. He'll not. You also could just wait.
Wait,
You could wait
I know.
till you pee on the thing and make the pee thing happen.
It's true. Another week?
God, there's so
Do
much
you already know that I'm... How did you know that I had
I
sex a
don't-
week ago?
The entire house knows you have sex when you're so loud. You take
But
after me.
we didn't
You smile.
do it here. We did that in Egypt. Do you have, like, a security
I
camera
am
there?
very sure that you've had sex with Chloe since you've gotten here. I've heard. I have very sensitive ears.
But she, like, shrugs, and then she'll say,
Will nod.
I mean, this is true, but...
You know what? There are many, many,
She
many,
laughs.
many things that I am so proud that you take after me in. That's one of them too. Hold on.
She laughs and hugs him.
But both of them at the same time? Wow. You are a bold woman. Anyway.
The thing that I was scared about, though...
What are you scared about? He's like,
What
you know,
if it's a...
he's like
What if I have a... Aww.
Yeah. What if you have a what?
What if I have a child who's Fae?
And this scares you?
It doesn't scare me so much as I have no clue how to deal with that.
They'll like push her head away playfully. I am offended. You have offended me. He walks off.
She's like, no, don't go. I
have no more
need
love for
you.
you. I'm adopting Veronica's my child now. We'll wave at her. Hi, Veronica.
So, Johann comes down the stairs. His feet are a little heavy.
So
He has this.
Marie stops and blinks. Holy sh!
He has that same intensity in his eye that his father does too. Like just
Yeah, no.
he's just so.
He just stops and shakes his head like, holy shit.
Oh, hello, Johann. Those boots are so fetch.
Oh my god.
Are you? Did you wait? He holds a finger up. Really? Did?
Fuck.
All right, Gretchen. Please stop trying to make fetch happen.
Just ignore my daughter and pay attention to me, okay? Hi, I'm her.
He looks.
How are you? Have you seen my show?
I have indeed seen your show.
Did you like it? The best eyelashes at him.
Yes, I liked it. Are you flirting with me?
Yes, I am. Hi. We'll get a little closer.
My husband will kill me and you. So let's not do that.
We'll just shrug.
Caroline is
He
shaking.
laughs.
Can I just
Okay, if this gets back to Paris, I'm.
I just want to hug you. That's all. Can I hug you? It's a friendly hug. He'll hold his arms out. Come on.
Fine. I'll let him hug him.
And he smells his hair. Oh god, you smell like excess. I'm just let go of him.
Caroline just looks over at Veronica.
Like, Johann's bad mood, that's kind of gone now. Hello, Veronica, Caroline, Reyes.
So, have you figured out how you're gonna get into your tribe you want?
I mean, I've had lots and lots and lots of ideas for the last 7 years.
In the back
But
of Caroline's mind, it's like,
So
it's never
I'm
gonna
on.
happen.
I'm on my way to see my father, who decided to move his happy ass here and take over. Oh God.
He's even cuter with that.
He looks at Reese.
If I keep talking like this,
You're-
you're gorgeous, aren't you?
You're Caroline's father, right? Yes.
Yes, that's me. Hi, he'll nod.
So you're Faye.
Uh-huh. I'm a fairy.
You should come with me to see my father.
Who's your father?
He is Duke Devon. Llewellyn. I know he was. There was a dramatic pause for him.
Vanishes. He's just gone. There's like a little sweat and desperation golem where he was a moment ago, but he is gone.
Where did you go? What?
Just check the rafters. He's
He was a count, and then he moved here. Now he's a duke.
know who your father is. He'll kind of peek over the rafter.
He smiles. He's like, Can you tell the resemblance?"
And he'll slide back down and just drop to the floor. Like boop.
Anyway, you
Me?
kind of scrunches his face. Probably report to your new duke.
I'm not important to shit. Fuck him. I'm sorry.
Caroline's eyes wide. She'll be like, Papa!
He almost gets angry, and then he's like, "Wait, Puka." He nods.
He clenches his teeth. Oh my god.
She hugs her papa tight.
Oh, he hugs her so tight it hurts a little bit. Perhaps I'll go and see you some other time. He'll nod.
Lying isn't always the best thing, Papa. I'm
so sorry. No. Perhaps next time paycheck I have to cook. I'm going on a date with a woman. He'll nod. Once in a lifetime event. Oh, twice in a lifetime event. He'll pet Caroline.
He tilts his head. Shrugs.
Relaxes.
It's like, in his head he's like, it won't get back to Paris suspiciously that way, so I'm okay with it. This one time. It's just this one time.
Maurice leans in and whispers in his ear.
And what does he say?
Pretty much what he says is, I'll type it to you, but don't worry about it. It's not that important.
Please, this is Johan. Everything is important.
Okay.
Everything. Fucking son of a
Chirps this out.
bastard.
Chirps this out.
I'll laugh if he tells you you're going to be a bonar.
That's what he says.
Oh, no. Johan swallows and he points at Maurice. You're going to get me killed. Seriously.
Well, I am not fucking you. He'll press himself against Johan. And he basically goes, but wouldn't it be worth it? And he'll growl like,
oh my god.
And Caroline is like, and this is where I get my appetite from.
Well, you're just gonna have to keep dreaming because I'm very happily married and we are very monogamous.
What's monogamy?
It's where you're
Didn't sound
only
like
with
it. Opposite.
one other person.
Didn't sound like it yesterday.
Yeah, he'll
Excuse me?
he'll shake his head and he's like, "Are you sure? I thought it was a type of wood."
No, that. Oh, goddamn. He shakes his head. Gonna go see my father now. Turns around. Leaving. If you don't come with me, I'm going to tell on you, Maurice.
What? 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 What did you say?
Papa, I'll go with you so you'll feel safe. How about that?
But I'm not going. I'm not. There is not a chance in hell I'm presenting myself before the Duke today. Nope. Here, he'll take his
okay,
daughter
I'll
and he'll
take that as a
shove her
yes.
playfully towards Johann, like, "Take my daughter." To your fucking okay. To your father. Not literally, as in take her in a manly fashion right now.
She shakes her head.
That's not the incest thing. No, that's hers, not mine.
Are you afraid of my father?
Me? No, he's a great guy.
That's what I thought.
She looks at Johann and then she nods yes.
Oh, he knows.
So take my daughter, and he'll push her towards him, and take her best friend, and he'll gently kind of push Veronica that way, like gently,
Veronica just narrows her eyes.
and go
Or-
do things, do all the things that make you powerful.
Dad, are you sure this is a good idea?
I'm
Taking.
so fucking telling on him, and he walks out.
She follows. And before saying, "Papa, you really should come."
Oh, I will.
Veronica keeps an eye on
She shakes her
Caroline
head.
and follows.
Johan's actually somewhat relieved that Reese is refusing to go because Jesus Christ.
Right, though.
He's gonna get himself killed.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen. So, you go to a slightly less obnoxious house. It's one of those things.
Only slightly.
It's being moved into. So there was already some furnishings and the such there. And it has kind of that new world kind of modernness to it with that old world elegance. And it is directly on the beach. They have places like that in San Jose, right? Like I'm just literally asking for the duh, of course.
You mean in San Diego? Yes.
San Diego, yes. Yes. It is one of those, like, it is all but in a state on the fucking water.
Oh! Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
It's in La Jolla.
Huh?
Would be in La Jolla.
Yeah, whatever. That's fine. That works. And when you get there, he'll come out. Yes, appearance 7.
That's impossible.
I know, but here we are.
Yep. Not
Caroline
for she.
Caroline goes, "Oh, my."
Yeah, he'll basically. So the fellow that you're greeted in the foyer, like the one of the Bogan house servants, a little fellow, will kind of little hobbit looking motherfucker, will kind of let them in and take their things that need to be taken, and kind of bumble over them, and then it's literally as though time, in a sort of fashion, stops and flows strangely as you hear someone coming into the room, and he's just perfection. You can't find anything wrong with his appearance, and it's not too perfect. He just has beautiful alabaster skin. The blush of his lips is like the rose straight from the bud. His eyes are a gorgeous crystalline blue. His hair falling around his shoulders, this beautiful blonde. And he seems to stand about 6 feet tall, thin, but It's one of those things where it's one of those things where you can't quite put your finger on why he's so beautiful. It's just hard not to stare. And he's wearing a pair of mortally what appear to be skinny jeans, boots, a white button-up shirt that's open, and you notice that all over the shirt is like embroidery, basically, and like it's a white shirt and there's white embroidery on it, basically just of like flowers and like swirls, and it's just a very beautiful thing, a very feminesque while still masculine beauty. And he'll smile at Johann. He doesn't look much older than him, and kind of hold his hands out for him.
Johann, he smiles back and he goes towards him, gives him a hug. Hello, Vati.
Caroline fans herself a little bit.
And he'll smile.
Hello, Vati.
Hello. He has a really high-born British accent. I can't do it, but he does.
How are you settling in?
He'll look around. I don't like this house as much as the one I had in Miami. But it will do. This house, by the way, is like one of those like 15 billion bedroom, ballroom, fucking holy shit, whoa house.
Up.
I downsized a little bit here. He'll just kind of shake his head. But there's direct beach access, and the beach is private. A point in two directions, indicating quite some space.
So when I need to escape, am I allowed to come here?
Always, you always have home with me.
Brought friends.
Hmm?
Tried to get Maurice Rose, Knight of House Fiona, to come
Who?
with me, but he wouldn't.
Yeah, he'll tilt his head and say, who?
Maurice Rose.
He'll blink as though he doesn't know him.
He's been here for a little while. He's not actually from here, but he's been here. Band. He's her father. He points to Caroline.
Look at Caroline.
She'll nod. And then she'll say, but would you really want a puka in your court?
I accept all into my holdings. All are welcome here.
Okay. He seemed very
I told him that
scared.
he should come and meet you, but he was very scared. He knows who you are.
Perhaps I shall reach out to him. I do not want one to believe that they are not welcome in our halls.
Johann nods.
He'll walk. Just kind of looking over stuff and checking things out. I had to ship all of my important things. I'm hoping they make it okay.
Did you... you happen to get my instruments?
Yes.
He breathes a sigh of relief. Okay.
Not to him. Are you still determined to join your mother's tribe?
As always.
His face looks conflicted.
I know you think it's foolish.
No, I don't think it's foolish. I think until you join for the right reasons, you're never going to make it. You always had my... Think for a moment. Determination. So I know you'll course this either to death or to your success. I just don't want to see someone else make their success your death.
He nods.
Why don't you introduce me to your friends?
He looks over at them. Points to Caroline Rose, and Veronica, do you have a last name or is it just Strikes with Lightning?
Out of game, I haven't figured out a last name for Veronica. So
You
you
can
could
make
just
it like the fucking
Okay.
greatest last name ever, like Miller or some shit.
I actually want to make something like kind of like with a meeting.
So we'll just say Veronica input last name.
Yeah. For now. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so he'll just say Caroline Rose and Veronica, whatever last name.
I'll give them a polite smile. It's a sincere smile. It just also seems like this man does not fucking vacillate between his emotions very much. And he'll bow his head at them politely. Duke.
Caroline will do a curtsy.
Yeah, he'll say, I am Duke Devon
Sure.
Malone of House Squiddy.
Veronica
It's
will
a
bow
pleasure
and oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Veronica bows and mentions she's of the Shadow Lord tribe.
He recognizes it. Okay, Carlo.
Caroline will curtsy and say she's child of Gaia.
My house, our founder, the great Gwydion the Grey, spent some time as a wolf as punishment. Ergo, my house has always been close with wolf.
Johann smiles.
As evidenced by my Garu child.
Smiles
to
wider.
his mother. What drew me to his mother was her ferocity. I was by her side for such a short time, yet she stayed with me my entire life. No, he gets
Sounds like a wonderful woman.
soft smile. Was. She passed on. Me and a band of my friends, we took refuge in her sept. The leader of our company, taken ill, he needed to rest. Her and her sisters, they offered us healing and a respite from our situation. And in the week that, a little less, we stood with them and stayed with them. We'll smile again. Then I'll look at Johann. I left a part of myself.
Yeah.
He'll stroke
Johann
his
smiles.
them.
Johann smiles, but there's tears in his eyes.
Caroline smiles a very soft smile towards the two.
I still say to this day that I left my best parts in that sept. And I'll give him a very soft kiss on the forehead. We did not seek each other out after that. She did not seek me out after she learned she was with child. I never went back. When she passed away, Johann learned of me, who I was. Got my name from her. And he found me. And a smile.
She sounded like a very strong woman, and I give my respect to her.
What face of the moon was your mother born under again? Was she a Galliard or a Theurge? The look to him.
The
brown.
Theurge.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Crescent moon.
That's not bad.
Probably why I have such an affinity for spirits.
Caroline nods. I would love to learn more about her, as I am a Theurge.
And he'll smile.
I will be more than happy to tell you my mother's tales.
She smiles.
Devin will go over to a to a bookcase, and he'll pull out a book. It's like a journal, and he'll pull a picture out of it and hand it to Caroline.
She'll look at it.
It is of a younger. See, here's the deal with him. Younger does not necessarily mean he looks younger. His looks are pretty much frozen down to where they are. He just looks a little bit younger. And a very beautiful woman. Like, very beautiful woman.
Appearance 5, pure breed 5.
Something like that. Appearance 5, pure breed 5 type
Mhm.
of a woman. And he'll smile. This is the only picture I have of us.
She's beautiful. Both of you are.
The picture doesn't do her justice. She was... He'll smile.
Veronica looks at the Duke and's like, what was her name?
Her name? Her name is Jacqueline. Did you mean her full name or her deed name?
Deed name would be helpful too, if you know that.
He'll think on it a moment and he'll say, I think it was... He'll look at Johann and shake his head. It had something to do with... He'll think for a moment and can try to remember. Something to do with the moon. Moonlight's...
Johann, do you know?
He'll shake his head.
Am I allowed to roll to figure that out?
Well, out of character, I have to figure it out.
Okay.
I have a good name for you.
Give me a moment.
I have one for you if you want. And there's a reason.
DM it to me. DM it to me.
There's a reason.
Okay. I'm all for it.
I like
Because
that.
Johann has eidetic memory.
Yeah.
He will.
It was one of the names of one of my characters.
Yes. Okay. That'll work. He nods as moonlight guides the path.
That's right. It's close to your husband's Gar name.
Yes.
That was confusing. Paris and your mother's Gar names. It's lights the path for Paris, right?
He nods.
How is he?
Johann just kind of we had a fight, but he's okay.
What's wrong?
Getting on me about pronouns again. And he just leaves it at that. He's not going into any more detail.
Nah, that's not either. He just shakes his head. But both of you need to remember that you are on the same side.
Takes a deep breath.
That is your husband. Something he needs to remember as well. I'm worried about you two. He'll tuck a bit of his hair behind his ear in a very fatherly fashion. And then he'll look
He'll
over at
smile to him.
Veronica. And he'll smile to herself and kind of tilts his head.
Caroline will bite her lip and she'll say, I'd like to say I'm here for you too. Suppose I should at least be there for my cousin. It's
That's right. Right, Paris is Caroline's cousin.
He tilts his head.
Paris is related to Maurice and his twin Emile. By marriage or something. Anyway, they're like second or third cousins.
Nod.
I forgot about that until she just said that. Which is amazing because I never forget anything. Ever. He shakes his head.
she
He'll-
blinks.
He'll fluff his hair gently. You're stressed and you're not being. You need to take mine in self-care.
Garu history was made yesterday.
I'm aware.
Something I never certainly thought would happen. It did. Gives me a new hope.
Johann.
He looks to him.
I don't know much of the inner workings of Garu society. The Garu are tied in with my house. The only woman I ever loved was Akaru. But I do not know details beyond the barest.
I know.
Told me. What I do know is that your spirits are very similar to our chimera, which are the essence of thought, dream, purpose. I really do feel, I truly feel that part of why you have not enjoyed success yet has less to do with the nation and more to do with what's in here. And he'll point at his chest. I need you to think, to really reflect and look inside of yourself and know why you want this, why you're being denied this. Because right now, what you're doing is not working. You're falling to madness. And I don't want to see that happen. They can see pain flash in his eyes, worry for him.
Johann closes his eyes.
You did make some progress yesterday talking to the right person. You talked to Jesse.
Yeah, I've
Got-
got some stuff in common with the Den Father. Nods.
Can make a change. It's Jesse.
Don't I know it? I'm very well aware of who he is.
Now, I wanted to talk to Liam.
He nods. Wanted to talk to him for Paris. See if he can put him to work doing something.
She
For
nods.
now, till he finds something better. Something else to do.
You really are very upset at him, aren't you?
Closes his eyes. Trying very hard not to be. But he cut me wrong and it cut deep.
He'll look up and think a moment. And he'll nod.
I'll get over it. I always do. Just
Until you two hurt each other again.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've always found it an interesting dynamic between the two of you. He pushes and pushes and pushes until you break. And then you do. And then you go right back to the beginning. And you always let him push you. I think you two like it. I think it's just your dynamic. As unhealthy as it is, a shrug. But you haven't killed each other yet, so you can't really say or do anything. You're adults, you're grown men. And you're going to do what you want to do.
Devin would have noticed just a very slight smile when he said, I think you like it.
Mm-hmm.
These deranged bitches, I swear.
God, these crazy bitches.
God.
My concern is there is not a very large Fae population in this city. It has not been fostered. There have been things to drain away and draw away those that serve the dreaming. Well, what is here, and as I understand it, relations are tenuous, especially with the. As I understand it, there were. In your sept, there was a commotion. Someone threatened the Fae.
Caroline's fist will clench.
I hadn't heard about that yet. It arrived yesterday.
Looking at her father
There
to
have
know
been-
when it's appropriate to speak.
Oh, well, go.
Care of the one you're speaking of, if memory serves right.
You'll
Caroline-
have to Caroline.
Actually cutting into her hand, and blood is kind of running down.
Oh, hey.
Veronica just stops and is like, "What are you doing?"
Like, it's just because she's clenching her fist so hard.
Yeah, she dug her nails in so hard it drew blood, and Johan will go over to her and he'll say, what's talk to us.
I feel like there's always going to be someone. The kinfolk.
There is always going to
She
be
bites her
someone
lip.
who's going to attack the kinfolk. Yes, you are correct.
Angry that people have to feel afraid.
Devin walks over and holds his hand out to Caroline for her to give her his hand. Her hand.
She'll hand out her hand that's not bleeding.
He wants the one that's bleeding.
Okay, then she'll lift her hand up that's bleeding and hand it to him.
He'll take it in the palm of his hand and he'll raise it. He'll hold it up, like he'll hold it up to where you can see it. And like when when somebody like cuts something and like you put like antiseptic on it and you blow on it.
Mm-hmm.
He does that to her hand, like he just kind of very gently blows on the cuts in her palm, like just. And as he blows on them gently, almost kind of a very soft amber kind of golden glow will raise on her palm and kind of dance across the wounds as her skin knits shut. And he'll give the palm of her hand a soft kiss and drop it, let it go, and step back.
Johann will smile
She'll smile
fondly.
and thank him.
Of course. I would wish to improve and establish relations with the Garu in this area, as I am the local liege. The only one higher than me in station is the king at a game, right? Pacific is a king, right?
Like the king or queen, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The king. And the king is quite busy in Northern California. Look, my promotion came with responsibility. Didn't you say I needed more of that? Now look at Johan.
Johann will smirk. I did.
You're bored, father.
Good for you.
You have nothing to do. Idle mind is the devil's playground. Well, motion. Here's my kingdom. My duchy.
If you wish it, I wanted to talk to my higher-ups about being a liaison for the kinfolk, and that could extend to the Fae.
Johann looks to Caroline. And the look on his face is a bit more softened than it was before. I would like to help.
She'll nod.
I care very much about kinfolk and the Fae. Obviously.
Devin will
I'm
go
only-
to him and say something in German and then smile softly. What he said, by the way, you only say that because you want to be written into my will.
He said what?
You only say that because you want to be remembered well in my will. But he was joking.
He'll say back. He'll smile and shake his head, and he'll say back in German, very sarcastically, "Yes, that's exactly why."
You're my only child, and I'm not so spiteful that I would have another just to short you. He'll just shrug softly.
Oh, then where do I get mine from?
Roll his eyes. Oh my lord, he rolled his eyes to Jesus so high. My God.
He laughs.
Oh my God, girl.
Because Johann is that petty.
Just shake his head at him like
No, he laughs and makes and just grins at him like
you're like the Dead Sea. You're the lowest point on earth and the saltiest as well. Oh God, that was catty. What again? Jesus Christ.
God.
so Johann he looks at him impressed like, yes, I'm rubbing off on you.
It's a shrug. So his shoulders rise and lift like a fucking work of art.
See, children are supposed to learn from their parents, but it can be the other way around.
He starts to say something, he stops, he smiles and nods.
Well, Johann looks at him curiously like, I am really curious as to what you were going to say.
Look, grin.
He knows it'll torture him more, not wondering what he said, than actually saying it out loud.
He just looks at Veronica. His eyes will fall upon Veronica, completely ignoring Johann for the moment. Just, nope.
Just smiling at the two of them.
And he'll tilt his head, looking at Veronica. Like, my eyes like being on you for the moment, while my son is over there internally
Johan.
dying because I haven't said it.
Yes, there are a menagerie of facial expressions that go across Johan's face, and his fists clench and unclench. And he takes a deep breath, and he's okay. Bastard.
Yes, you are. And then look back at
I know.
Veronica.
Caroline shakes her head.
Damn.
And now you guys, now everybody understands Johan.
He'll just look back at Veronica. You look accomplished. I appreciate you. Well, nod.
Thank you.
Johan is trying very hard not to growl right now. Like, how dare you praise another in my presence?
Oh my God, that was big.
In the back,
that is what he's thinking in his head. Like,
he does growl. In the back of Caroline's mind is like, you should keep that in the bedroom. In her mind.
He'll just tilt his head the other way. Do you know
no,
what?
but seriously though,
He'll just look up. Yes.
I was talking to Caroline.
She's nodding. I totally
Please,
agree.
by all means, continue, my lord. Shake his head like fuck you too.
She smiles.
He smiles. He shakes his head too. 9 Vati. By all means, speak. Oh, we're gonna do this now.
Oh, what do you heard you have to say?
Do this now. Okay.
I missed the sound of
The
her
Caroline.
voice in my house.
And he says, I may only be a cub, but I would, yes, very much like to help you.
She's nodding. I assume you have more knowledge than me on the Fae. Anyways.
He, he keeps his mouth shut, and he just like,
Rubs his face like you
what
did
I
not-
don't, he says what I don't know, we can learn together.
She'll nod. And
even
besides,
know about him.
I don't forget anything either.
Oh, fantastic. He smiles like that's the best news he's heard all day. Was Devin surprised by by Johan actually being somewhat humble?
His brain didn't register and he's still trying to process, which is why he's walking closer to Veronica.
It's like, wait, was that actually my son over there?
He'll look over
Are
at
you okay?
Veronica. Yeah, why are you stroking out over there? What the fuck? He'll look at Veronica and he says, I have seen a myriad of emotions play across your face this conversation, and I wonder what your thoughts are.
There seems to be a lot of information I'm gathering, so this is where most of the thoughts are going.
I appreciate somebody who knows when to speak. Look over his son like that's not one of them.
Oh, he just, he turns his back, crosses his arms, like not talking to you right now.
But we'll offer her arms for a reassuring hug if he wants it. She's not gonna just hug him.
No, right now he's being a fucking drama queen. He's not. No.
She's like,
No. No.
I don't wanna hug.
I don't need you. Fuck you. We'll just we'll point at his back like, look at that.
She just smiles sympathetically.
He'll reach into his pocket very carefully, and you see him pull out something. Like it's like he pulls out something, but there's nothing there for a moment, and then he'll kind of blow on it. Like you see him just basically blow like a puff of like holographic dust out of his hand. And he'll call him a weird. And this tiny, it looks like a tiny dragon, honestly, kind of flows off of his hand and flies towards Johann. And it will settle itself on Johann's shoulders. And then it will enact its power. Hey Johann, you know what your father's chimera is?
A dragon?
It's a gravity dragon. And it just went off on your shoulder. So poof! Bye-bye, floor.
So Johann crumbles to the floor.
Yeah, he's basically like, he looked like he needed a nap.
Caroline's eyes go wide.
Is he knocked out?
No, he just pushed him down. Like it's the weight's on top of him. Not enough to hurt him. Just to pin him for a second.
Oh yeah, he's not going anywhere. He's like, oh, this is
down, kitty.
My fucking life right now.
Yeah, he's like, it's Kiesling. It's my dragon. He's a gravity dragon.
I'll be right back.
Yes.
My father, ladies and gentlemen.
There are only women in this room, darling. Other than me, of course.
Veronica is looking at the dragon.
The dragon. I don't know. What is your gender, dragon? What do you identify as?
You would know Kiesling identifies as man.
Okay, yes. The dragon.
Kiesling is very hard to see because it's like everything is trying to gravitate towards him. So he's kind of hard to see.
Gee, I wonder why.
Where he's there. He looks like a long, kind of sinewy little, about the size of like a house cat dragon. And he'll just
Johann just resigns himself to the floor and wraps his arm around the dragon.
Yeah, the dragon will. You are aware that the gravity of the dragon is cuddling you. Every once in a while, you
cuddle with this fucking thing.
Flash of holographic powder, basically. Or like kind of a claw or a little flip of his tail. And he'll just smile and look back at Veronica. He looks like he needed a nap.
Interesting, you're able to summon a dragon.
Oh, that's my pet.
You can't see it unless he wants you to.
Nope.
Which means he did the thing so that you can see it. We can see it.
So that you can see it.
Thing. Well, I actually have. I don't know. It's weird. I can sometimes see it. Anyway.
Let's just look at Veronica. Are you staying for dinner or are you leaving me before then? It's fine. I don't care which one you do. I mean, you never come around anymore. You only really ever call me when you need something.
I came to see you today.
Because you needed something.
Without ask. No, I didn't need anything. I didn't ask you for anything.
So you're going to tell me that before you leave this house, you're not going to ask me for anything.
Thanks. No. 9. I can't think of anything.
You have so much uncertainty in your voice. You just wanted me to meet your friends and talk to me.
Yes, actually. Is that really so hard to believe?
Yes, obviously. Look at how I shrug. Like, what the hell? Last time I checked, you were on your independence journey. And you didn't need your father. He'll go and he'll sit cross-legged in front of him while Kiesling has him pinned a little bit. And just tap the center of his forehead, like tap, 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 tap.
His face actually falls a little bit.
What? That's bad. What is it? He'll kind of comb his fingers through his hair gently. Talk to me.
I do need you.
I am here as always. I'm right here.
I am glad, actually, that you're here.
Oh. It would be nice if you would admit that your life is a wreck. But
Closes his eyes. And nods.
thank you. I can't fix it for you. I can help you. And whatever it is that you're trying to do with your okay. Do you remember when you were questioning your gender identity? When you were questioning your identity?
He nods.
You had to establish why you wanted to be what he, this dude, despite his feminist look, has no fucking idea on the subject, far beyond much more what he's talking about. But he's trying. He'll say, do you remember when you had to? He'll shake his head. When you were establishing your identity, do you remember how you had to come to terms with your identity, why you wanted to identify as such? You know what I mean?
He nods.
You have to
Yeah.
figure out why you want to be a part of your mother's tribe. Not just that you want to be a part of it. Obviously, you would want to be a part of the same tribe as your mother. Obviously, you would want to be accepted despite gender or things that you can't control. But are those reasons really good enough to change everything for everyone? You see, as of right now, you expect an entire tribe of Garu, which, as I understand it, he'll kind of look at Veronica, is like an identity for one person, for one person's hopes, their dreams.
It's not just me. Not just me.
I know it's not just you, but is that how it's being perceived? Are you wording it in a way that seems as though you simply that you deserve to belong to the tribe? When Gwydion the Grey, he'll stand up and he'll let Kiesling off of him. When Gwydion the Grey was younger, he was punished to serve 3 years an animal each year, a hawk, a stag, and a wolf. No, I'm sorry, it's a falcon. A falcon, a stag, and a wolf. At the end of this time, when he realized what wisdom he had learned, and walked away from his arrogance and his brashness, his hot-headedness, he called to him some of the greatest warriors the Fae had known. He set 3 trials, one that reflected each of his years spent as a different animal. One of cunning, one of resource, and one of strength. To set, because he believed that no one deserved to be a member of House Gwydion. He set and said that he would allow 300 members originally into the house. The trials lasted for months, and many did not make it. Do you know who the 300th to undertake the trial was?
Who?
Gwydion himself. He was the 300th Gwydion. Not the first, the last. Occurred when his wife, the woman who became his wife, she was the 299th. She fought him. Oh my God, she was his equal, easily. She fought him and then she bested him, earning her place in the house. And then Gwydion himself realized he hadn't yet earned his place in his own house. And so he was the 300th. And he had to face the woman who had literally just beaten him. And he was afraid. By the way, as he is speaking of this, he is speaking of it as though he was there. They would
Oh
realize.
yeah.
Because he was one of them. And he'll smile. And he'll say, he literally had to defeat the woman who just bested him. And he did. And so he earned his place in his own house, which he founded. The last. What have you done, Johann, to earn the privilege to be in this tribe? You don't deserve it. No one does. Veronica, did you deserve your place in your tribe?
I earned it through my rite of passage.
Now you have greater odds against you, Johann. You have to get to the point where you can even go on the rite of passage. But here's a question. Have you ever tried?
I have yet to have found anyone willing to let me try. Not something you can just go and do by yourself. It has to be, it's a right. It has to be performed by a member of the tribe.
Odd.
So I haven't found anybody to let me try.
And how have you asked?
Hoping. Believe it or not, I have actually been respectful, and I have shakes his head.
Respectful, but have you been sincere?
Of course I've been sincere.
He'll touch his cheek.
By how I act, I know how I come across sometimes. But I do know how to not be that way.
Honestly, what's wrong with that? It's a part of who you are.
Well, some more traditional places it could get me killed. For sure.
And that's when you keep your mouth shut. You can still be yourself.
He nods.
She nods.
I think I've said enough today to give you some things to think over. John?
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you did not find what you were seeking coming here.
Didn't come here with any expectation.
Well, then I hope you're at least happy you came.
Always. I never once regret coming to see you.
Even that one time after Reno?
Even then.
Let's smirk and shake his head.
I hope I would be allowed to come back here sometime. I would like to let you know if I'm able to talk with my higher-ups.
I
They
do not
allow.
mind. I do not mind. I don't mind casual short visits. As of right now, the balefire in this freehold is extinguished. And after Beltane, it will be relit. But I cannot accept many visitors here until it is. After the Beltane fires are lit, and the balefire roars again, then I would be happy to host. And I promise you there will be much revelry in this freehold. But until then, this place's power is dormant. If not extinguished, it must be relit.
How long? Johan looks troubled by that. How long has it been out?
I'm still trying to figure that out.
No wonder there aren't any.
Drove many of the Fae from this land, and they don't speak of it. I'm still trying to figure out what's going on. It's something I'm sure I will work out. It just takes time. But this entire duchy was neglected very badly. I believe that there was Unseelie involvement. I think people forget that even something as large as a duchy can fall if one does not be careful.
Johan nods.
Going to have to hold what? I'm going to have to hold an emergency court session soon and speak to what authorities in power are here. We'll figure it out. But I will, in the spirit of alliance, he'll look at Caroline, keep you up to date as to what I find.
Thank you. And I will do everything in my power to protect the ones within the set. And out, actually.
No, not. I'll go to Johan. I'll just kind of look him over for a moment. Listening.
Oh. He rubs his face. I need to go talk to my husband.
Indeed.
He gives him a hug.
I'll hug him tight and kind of give him a nuzzle. And then he'll look at the others. Veronica, Caroline, it was a pleasure meeting you. Please, don't be strangers.
Okay.
Caroline will nod.
He'll nod to them. If
After-
I'm confused,
Hmm?
I'll say, if I may be excused, I am actually due into a meeting with one of the local counts.
Of course.
And
Sorry if we kept you.
No, it's just he's a member of House Allele and aware of the conflict there, but he looks kind of like not like it's one of those it must be done kind of frowns.
Yeah, Johann gives a bit of a sour look.
Oh well. And
Caroline's rubbing her chin.
Call me later if you need me, okay?
apparently this one is Sealy. He follows the Sealy code.
What?
Hold his hands up. Get them.
Everything is weird.
Shrug. I suppose. But he'll give them a bow. Be safe. And he'll walk out.
You as well. Looks to Caroline and Veronica. My father.
He seems very powerful, she says.
He is. Yes. Can be. And he's also very right. Hate it. Hate it.
She laughs.
Come on, let's go. I got to get back to Paris. I'm probably going to die as it is, so he nods.
Yes,
He looks at his phone and and after they get out of there, he looks at his phone and sees if he has anything from him.
Oh no, and he knows that that's worse.
Caroline bites her lip. And she'll say, I believe...
If I die, I know you don't know me very well and haven't known me very long, but if I die, please say nice things at my funeral. He nods.
She thinks of all the nice things that he's done to her, and she tries to make note of them, but can't make note of them.
Right? Because he hasn't fucking done
Holy
anything. He hasn't done anything. Like, he hasn't done anything but be a dick. Well, he did offer to help with the stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
She's like, that one thing. Okay, I got that.
The one thing. The one time. The one thing. Yeah. Whatever. He was pretty.
So when
He was pretty.
they get back, Paris is standing in the foyer with his arms crossed.
So now Johann is the one that looks a little scared.
Where'd you go?
Hello, Paris.
Hi, how are you? Hold a finger up. Where'd you go?
Went to see my father.
You went to see your father and didn't take me with you? So, beyond the point that you went nuclear over the fact that I almost left, then you left, then you excluded me from family time.
Caroline looks at Johann, like, and takes a few steps back, like, yeah.
Sorry.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
He sighs.
Veronica,
Yes.
it's lovely to see you today.
I've been getting that a lot.
Just smile softly. I'm going out for a bit. And he'll brush past
Are
Johan.
you?
Paris,
Yes?
before you
I
go,
deserve that.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to learn more about my family, if you don't mind.
Oh, what do you want to know?
If I'm taking your time, that's fine. But
Can't really
later.
anything else?
Well, I have no clue of my lineage whatsoever. Maurice is my father.
Though Maurice and Emile are my cousins, distantly. Not too distant, but distant enough. Hates me and would see me dead. So I'm not exactly a source of information.
She nods. Perhaps someday you and Johann more about it. I know that you're not a source of information, but at least I'd like to know my cousin.
And I'd like to know you too. He'll smile softly at her, like sincerely.
She smiles, and, well, I won't keep you.
Thank you. And he'll kind of put his purse on. And he'll walk out.
Johan will. He'll look at Paris and he'll say, "I don't want to fight with you, so I'll see you when you get back."
And just softly and walk out. As by the way, Jesse's walking in.
And
Jesse will kind of look at
Johan
Johan, seeing him look so upset, and he just tilts his head. You okay?
he shakes his head. No.
What's wrong?
Everything is fine. Fucking life.
Hold a hand. Okay. Look. He'll shake his head and wrap his arms around him. Hey. Come on now.
Caroline just holds her hands together.
I know things seem really bad right now. They probably are. Okay? But you get to this point where everything around you is shit. You're the one who's got the power to change it. And who can remind yourself of that. And when you start taking your own agency out of your own hands, God damn how powerless you can feel. And things might seem hard right now. Maybe you and your man are fighting. Maybe you feel alone or unimportant or like your voice don't matter. But it does. Give yourself some time. Take care of yourself. Cry. And figure out what's important. What you want to be spending your energy on, okay? You're like one of those people. It's a little dramatic sometimes. I used to do that a lot.
He nods.
Unfortunately, you are not the reason I am here right now. And he'll kind of fluff his hair. I'm here to see Veronica. And he'll turn to her and smile. I didn't forget about you.
Veronica smirks while making sure she was polite enough to let Jesse do his thing.
You still need me?
Yes, I would like that.
Okay. And you need me to be doing the Rite of Heritage for you, right?
Correct.
Okay. Lindsay, are you ready for that, or?
Oh, I didn't even know it was a thing until yesterday in the scene, and I haven't had any time to do any preparing today.
It is.
so-
It is one of those things. It is one of those things where he can perform the rite. They can say it happens, and you can give her the information later. That's
Yes,
okay.
that would be
works for me.
appropriate.
Yes.
That
So,
would be good.
Jesse will take her, and he'll lead her to his ritual space where he performs rituals. And he'd actually prepared for this. So there is there's a low table which appears to be one of his altars. And whoever wants to come can come, or whoever she doesn't want to come, whatever.
Mhm.
And so he'll take her, and he'll. There's a bowl, silver bowl.
Caroline's welcome. Since I
Okay.
know she's the only one probably here, so.
Okay. There's a bowl. It's a metal bowl, and there's a silver dagger sitting next to it, and a couple of. He's letting some sage. So there's some sage going and things like that, and a couple of candles, but they're beige, like white candles. And he'll sit down with her, and he'll say, "May I have your palm?"
Sure.
He'll nod and smile, and he'll begin to chant very softly in old Native American tongues. Can somebody remind me of the roll really quickly? I just need the stats that it is.
Oh, give me a sec.
A fucking mystic roll, I think.
Great. So it's probably Wit's Ritual Stuff 7, but I'll double check.
Probably. He notices also that there's a piece of paper with a fountain pen next to where he's sitting.
Rite of Heritage.
It's on page 211. System says standard roll. Success reveals the subject's true heritage for one generation back per success. For example,
Yep.
What I need is the roll itself, like what the stats are to roll it. I can't remove it.
The rite itself doesn't specify, so it just goes on the Mystic Rite table, which is Wit's Rituals Diff 7.
Okay. It is a mystic rite.
yes.
Yep. It is.
Dopey. I'm spending willpower, by the way.
Okay.
3 successes. Nope. I spent a willpower. So 4 successes.
Wow.
And technically, there may be things in the. Oh, are mystic rites Jesse's specialty?
Let me look. I actually have his sheet open because
Yes.
I was doing stuff. Um. He only has rituals 3.
I bought Rituals 4 at some point.
Nope. You didn't.
Listed, I think, Mystic as one of my... I know what happened there. Fuck.
Mm-mm.
I know what happened there. If you want, I can reroll it with one less dice, but I know what happened there.
Okay.
I told somebody else to change it, but I wanted to change what I had spent my XP on. If you're following me.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want, I will roll it at one less dice.
Let's see. I personally don't really care.
Whatever. That's the roll. You have it.
Yeah, it's fine the way it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. So Veronica will get a bunch of information about where she comes from, and I will put that in your blue book whenever I figure that out.
Okay.
I'll talk with you about it out of character too.
Cool.
So we can figure it out together.
Yes. But so yes, Jesse will perform the rite for her. He'll write all of it down basically for her, especially since he got so many successes apparently. And he'll pass it to her and smile. And he'll. I don't think he can heal, so she's gonna have to get her hand fixed by somebody else. He'll convey that to her.
Caroline will raise her hand.
He'll look at her. Mm-hmm.
I do have Mother's touch.
He'll point at her paw. You fix it.
Out of character, how do you do Mother's touch? Do you roll Gnosis?
Good.
Done.
Good news is I have the book right next to me.
Yeah, he'll smile softly and he'll say, "Well, ladies, I have a very cute baby waiting for her papa." And he'll yawn softly. He looks tired, but not too tired. So I must bid you adieu. I think your uncle actually has her right now. He'll motion to. So if you wanted to sneak in some playtime with her, you could probably go up to him and figure it out. But I think her mother actually needs me at the minute. Oh, yawn. Her packmate passed away yesterday.
I do believe I need to talk to Kerr.
Let me spend some time with her first. Got a lot happened in the past 24 hours. Her packmate died and had a baby and had to walk away from being dead mother. That's a lot. And he'll kind of motion to his back like, ow. Had to deal with that. And the litany check. Oh, wow. God, last 24 hours has been a blur, hasn't it?
I would like to see the child whenever you're ready. But
Have I told you your uncle has her. Go find your uncle.
Oh, yeah.
Go find her. He'll think on a moment. He'll think for a moment. And he's like, have I told her I'm a child? I don't think I told her.
So that means Emil has her, or
Emil has Autumn at the moment. Taking a nap. But now I don't know if I've told that woman I'm expecting a child or not. Oh my God. He'll blink. Remind me, Lindsay, has he? I don't think he has.
Yeah, you have, because that's how Caroline knew about.
Yes.
Yeah, she
Both of us
knows because it was a phone conversation last week.
That's right. But both the player and the character are forgetting.
Yeah, she was all like, "Oh, it would be funny if you were pregnant," and then she goes and throws up,
right.
and she's like, "Oh my god, I'm pregnant!"
Right. Yeah, but he'll just be like, "Did I? Yes. I don't know. Whatever. I'm gonna take a nap." Do me a favor. He'll look at Caroline. Make sure
Yes.
make sure he'll think. I can't remember if you were in any way, shape, or form related to that baby. You're not related to me. Dazzles. No. Now go make sure the baby's okay. He'll just like, man, go, shoot, be gone. I'm going to sleep.
Yeah, she
I'm gonna take a nap.
shrugs. She's like, "Unless they're related to Emile or Maurice, I don't think so."
I don't think so. Okay. Well, he'll tip his hat. No, like tip his head, like the little tippy thing. Goodbye. I actually have to go, so I'm gonna have to end the scene.
Oh, okay.
Veronica thanks Jesse before leaving.
He will nod, of course. And he'll clean up all the stuff from the ritual and he'll head out. But I have got to end the scene. I'm sorry, guys.
Okay.
No
So,
problem.
thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watching. Bye.